Yo, we're back with our boy Billy Body, bringing it in all the way from London with the hot news. What do you got, my boy? Boom.
Yeah, so should we start with Jeff Hardy?
Yes, one
Yes.
thou wow.
Yeah, so I don't have loads here.
Right.
It's just
Well,
generally.
you got more than me because I don't know what the is going on.
Conan's been out of town working for the AEW for the past few days, so he's been out
Yeah,
of the
so I'm out of the loop and lost my phone, so I have no clue
Right.
what's gone up for the last 2 days.
I don't think it was a major issue. There was some.
They
issues.
released them. It has to be a major issue.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not a major issue anymore when someone gets released. So what there were lapses. There were lapses on Jeff Hardy's part. Now these
Right.
lapses are old. I saw somebody. This is what happens now in the wrestling media, and a lot of these guys are full of. When Jeff Hardy was sent home on the weekend, which
Right.
was very public, some guy put out.
But can you tell people, because I'm not even sure what happened. What did he do? He left during a match and wandered in the
He was like
crowd?
wandering around aimlessly at some point. He just looked like he was like
He rolled out.
Just
Oh,
like, yeah, it's like right. Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Is that-
let me get a party sample. Conan, remember we were in Jacksonville that time, and you got up, and we were in a club, and you thought we were in somebody's house, and you
Yeah.
kept saying this is somebody's house, and we were saying that's what it was like.
Yeah.
He was like, "What do I?" He was just like disoriented, you know. That's
Yeah.
what it was like. So, all right.
Sorry, my drink's gone the wrong way.
That's the Omicron variant.
The Omicron variant doesn't even do it.
Actually, literally, that's the Omicron variant. You have a little cough,
Yeah.
right?
So going back to Jeff, so there were some small issues, and the idea was move him over to SmackDown. Roman Reigns is getting to work with people that he wants to work with, such as Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Cesaro, and Jeff
Daniel
Hardy.
Bryan.
Well, when he did,
Oh, when he
Oh,
did.
okay, my bad.
Yeah. A lot of these guys, Roman is asking to work for, and they're making it happen for him. So Jeff Hardy was someone he wanted to work with. The second reason for making it happen was there's a long-standing relationship between Michael Hayes and Jeff Hardy, and the feeling is that if he's over on SmackDown, Michael will take care of him better than anybody else. That didn't really work out, and it was on a trial basis because there was a plan to bring back the Willow character, and once you make a commitment to bring back the Willow character, you're talking about video games, T-shirts, action figures. Last week we talked about how they can't any more people off with video games and action figures in particular.
because they already did the work to design the characters.
If they do a Willow figure, that doesn't come out until July 2022. So if there's any inkling that you may release the guy, you're going to have a figure coming out 8 months later of a guy that got fired 8 months before. So you can't really do that. So they were holding everything up, while at the same time they were pushing him in a direction by having him being robbed at a battle royal, having him be the last man at the Survivor Series. So they were pushing him whilst in the background knowing that we can't pull the trigger with Willow, because Willow's going to be the character that challenges Roman Reigns for the title en route to WrestleMania. So not at the Rumble and not at WrestleMania, but in between when you had two pay-per-views, you needed to get Hardy strong enough, and that would have been where Willow came in. But you can't do that while he's coming over from Raw with a minor drinking problem. So what was minor has now become major. Whether it be, I'm not going to here. I don't know whether it be through constant small incidents or whether it be one major incident, but the escalation of things has led to him being released. But it wasn't like you did one thing wrong, you were drunk in one match. It was a case of Jeff Hardy's messing up again. Let's get him over to SmackDown and let's hope that things get sorted out.
So the wandering in the crowd was the straw that broke the camel's back, maybe, kind of?
The wandering
He literally
left the
climbed
building.
left the side, climbed over the rail, and just walked out through the crowd in the middle of the match. It's like,
And so what's happening?
It's like
Is
the match-
security
I don't-
coming to get him or wrestlers
no,
coming to
it's
get him?
because he didn't really know what's going. Like if you watch the clip, it's just like he's just walking around, climbs over the rail, and then you kind of lose him because there's no, he's lost in the crowd, and the camera's on the, the fans' cameras trying to like find it, and he can't, and he just disappears.
Wow.
So it's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, but the other people in the match didn't realize that there was anything wrong with it because they let him work. He was working the hot tag spot
Mhm.
and he was selling for that whole 15 minutes. or
Yeah,
10
he dove and make the hot tag.
Yeah.
The guy, he rolled out of the ring, started just kind of like walking around the side of the ring, climbed over the
So
rail,
people
and just
thought maybe
left.
for a minute, it was kind of part of his shtick, kind of maybe?
Bro, I just thought of this. I just now thought of this. What if he has had a get concussed?
It sounds to me like a guy that had enough. It was like, I'm out of here, dude.
Well, he can't. If you look, so people have put the entrance out where he came in holding his stomach and looking sick and whatnot before the match. So,
Yeah,
Wait a minute, he had enough. He's getting a push, Joe.
Yeah, I don't know. Mentally, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to go home.
Why don't we try and get him on the show and find out? Hey, what happened? Maybe hey, different. What?
He is a friend of the show.
We keep it 100 here. What happened?
He is a friend of the show.
Do you think with the rumors of him having some issues and stuff that you might take him off the disco list?
Is he on the disco list?
Yeah,
all the Hardys.
All the North Carolina redneck guys. Yeah.
What if he goes to rehab? Does that get him off the list?
No.
Bro, he's just. I mean, like let me say, the guy's unbelievably talented, and I think Vince, has a soft place in his heart for the guy over the years because of what the risks that this guy has gone through to perform for Vince. Like you said, he loved Mick Foley done the same. But then you got a guy like that. A guy like that is wired a different way. Remember when he's doing motorcycle jumping and he broke his leg?
Yeah, when he was with him.
It's you're going and you want to tell you what are you doing?
He wasn't fired for the incident. You're right about Vince McMahon. He wasn't fired for the incident. He was fired for refusing to go to rehab.
Right.
So he wasn't fired because he walked into the crowd. He was fired because he wouldn't go to rehab. So that's he said he didn't want to go back there. So
Freddie Prinze Jr. did an interview recently. He used to be a WWE writer, and he said that he was one of the major forces behind Jeff's WWE title push in the end of 2008, and that Vince and Hunter were strongly against it because they didn't know if they could rely on him. So that's 12 years ago, where they were still kind of I don't know about him,
And he still kept his job all that time too. It's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well, he was gone for what, 7 years or something like that.
Yeah, but they hired him. But yeah. So.
Yo, what up? This is Konnan, and I host Keeping It 100. My co-host Disco Inferno, unfortunately.
Well, I'd say you're my co-host.
Listen, every Thursday here on Spreaker, we talk pro wrestling, sports, movies, music, TV, pop culture, and some politics. It's everything the rest of the pro wrestling podcasts are not.
Tune in to hear myself, the superior one, educate and inform.
Tune in to hear me bury Disco.
That's very disrespectful.
Join us every Thursday on Spreaker and keep it 100. Boom!